Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. Giomini. Today in class, we talked about comparing fractions. So when we compare fractions, we're finding fractions and comparing them to see which one's less than, greater than, or equal to. There are two methods that we can use to find or to compare fractions. One is the quick common denominator, and the other one's the least common denominator. Now, you're probably going to find the quick common denominator a little bit easy, or easier of the two, and this one's just a tad difficult. If I take a look down here at the examples, nice illustration, we had 2/5 is less than 1/2. Now what you'll see here is they actually then converted 2/5 into 4/10 and 1/2 into 5/10. So we're going to try to figure out today how they came from 2/5 and came up with 4/10 and 1/2 to 5/10. So let's do an example first. Using the quick denominator method, I'm going to take a fraction such as, let's go with 1/4. I'm going to compare 1/4 to 1/7. And we're going to try to figure out which one is larger or greater than. Now, with the quick denominator method, I just simply multiply the denominators. So, for example, I just say 4 times 7 equals 28. Okay? Now that I figured out that 4 times 7 is 28, I now have my common denominators of 28, 28. Okay, what did I multiply 4 by to get 28? Well, it's 7. Multiply the top by 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Just kind of like today we were doing where whatever you do the denominator, you must do it to the numerator. If I take a look at 7 here, what did I multiply 7 by to get 28? I multiplied it by 4. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, now I have both being 28. So I have, let's just say a pizza, it's cut into 28 pieces. I have 7 pieces over here. Over here I have that same pizza cut into 28 pieces, and I have 4 pieces here. So obviously the 7 is larger than the 4, so 7/28 is greater than 4/28. Okay, if I try another example here, let's go with something along the lines of 3/8 is greater than or equal to 2/3. Using the quick denominator method, I know that 8 times 3 gives me 24. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, what did I multiply 8 by to get 24? I multiplied it by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. What did I multiply 3 by to get 24? I multiplied it by 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Here I can tell that 9/24, my denominators are same, 24s, 24s, 9/24, or 16/24. Well, 16 is larger than 9, so that's greater than. So it'd be, say, I can read this from left to right. 9/24 is less than 16/24. I get up here and say 3/8 is less than 2/3. Okay, now if I do another method here, let's do the least common multiple or least common denominator, which is also considered the least common multiple. Let's take 1/6 and compare it to, let's go with 2/9. Okay, now in the quick common denominator, I would just go 6 times 9 is 54. But this way I'm going to use a little different. I'm going to say, what's their least common multiple? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start counting by 9s, multiples of 9. First multiple of 9 is 9. Any times 6 give you 9? No. Next multiple of 9 is 18. Let me write these over here. So first multiple of 9 is 9. Nothing times 6 will give me 9. Next multiple of 9 is 18. Anything times 6 gave me 18? Oh, yeah. So there is my least common denominator or my least common multiple. So now I know my denominators are 18 here and 18 here. Okay. 6 times what gives you 18? 6 times 3. So I multiply both numerator and denominator by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 9 times 2 is 18, so multiply whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, I have my common denominators of 18. I have 3 of them here. I have 3 of the 18 here. I have 4 of the 18 here. 4 is greater than. So I would read this 3/18 is less than 4/18, or I go up here to my original. It is 1/6 is less than 2/9. Okay, let's try another one. One more before I take off here and go home for the evening. Okay, least common denominator. Let's try. Let's try 2/5 is less than or equal to 3/10. Okay. Now, using the quick common denominator, I just go with 5 times 10 is 50. But I want to find their least common multiple, least common denominator. I'm going to start listing my multiples of 10. The first multiple of 10 is 10. Does 5 go into 10? Absolutely. So there's my common denominator. It is 10. This method, boys and girls, is going to help when we start to add fractions as well. So my common denominator is 10. I go here. 3 times what, or I'm sorry, 5 times what gives me 10? 5 times 2. Whatever I do to the numerator, I do to the denominator. Whatever I do to the denominator, I must do to the numerator. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, what times 10 is 10? Oh, it's 1. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, I both have 10 now, which is my larger numerator since my denominators are common. I need to look at the numerators now. I have a 4 here and a 3 here. 4 is larger, so 4/10 is greater than 3/10, so which means 2/5 is greater than 3/10. And if you notice, this fraction is equivalent to this fraction. This fraction obviously is the same. Those are equivalent. If I go back a page, 1/6 is equivalent to 3/18. So I'm not really I'm not changing the value of the fraction. I'm just getting a common denominator. 2/9 is equivalent to 4/18. Hope this helped you out. Have a great Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.